Instagram and all this, it became a side hustle for me in the long run. You know, I have most people come to us because, you know, they're getting their watch stolen. They have somebody that owes them money. I have every bookie here in LA that comes to us for that same thing, for recovery. You know, think about it like that. You're a public person, you know, you're a public person and you owe $100,000 for sports betting, you know, and you're
what am I going to come to you? What are you going to do?
You're the bookie. You come to me and you're like, this guy owes me $100,000. Okay. Somebody like me, and you're a normal, regular, everyday Joe Schmo. You know, somebody like me that's going to come in and just like, there's nothing Instagram involved. Like, I'm going to destroy your life in this, like, in every single way possible. Like, imagine like you're perma on jury duty. You're getting signed up for the army. Your phone, every phone number that you have is going you can't live anymore. You're going to set up a payment plan, even if you can only pay $20 a month. You're going to pay. You know, that's one of the few ways that I'll like give you a few examples without me like saying something that's going to put me in prison.
Right.
You know, but
well, how much of a concern is that? Because it does strike me that a lot of what you're describing sounds illegal, but it also sounds like it would be difficult for the government to make a case about, since it would just be kind of hard to follow the tracks, right? Everything
I'm saying is just a story.
Right.
It's just a story, you know, but even if every single thing that I'm saying is true, do you think any of these quote unquote drug dealers are going to come and testify against me? You need two parties for a case.
Sooner or later, though, they all end up snitching, right?
Look, you could, and I've done way worse. If you really want to go there, I've done way worse. You're 100% right. Everything that you asked me, is what you're doing dangerous? Is it this, that? 100%. I got
you like living on the edge?
No, not at all. Like, I'm not a street guy. You know what I mean? I'm not some gangster. I'm not none of that. It's just like I've got offered this opportunity to like tell this story, this about like what I do, whatever, so many times. What I said no to everybody because of what you're asking me. Like, aren't you like worried about like bringing it up, talking about it? One, I feel like no one's ever talked about it. Like really, really, really like talked about what's gone on in the game and how it's happened. We've seen,
and that's why I agreed to do this, even though realistically this isn't necessarily the kind of world that you want to be drawing attention to for yourself. Like, even just being adjacent to this sort of thing, because it just seems like, oh, do you really want to put yourself on the radar for people who are involved in this sort of thing?
Imagine one of you fuckers argue with Adam now and your shit's gone. You're gonna think Adam called me.
Okay, but
by the way, before the interview, you told me, you were like, I will never, never. Yeah, just to be clear to everybody.
From my perspective, you were immediately offering, I can get this guy banned, I can get this guy banned. Like,
can I say who? Can I just say who?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to. China Mac. Look, Dougie, I'm just saying nothing against you, you know, like I just was trying to make Adam a little happy.
But I said, listen, if you want to do it, go right the fuck ahead. I'm not going to incentivize you. I'm not going to ask you to. I don't want to be in the position of ordering out hits like this.
I think the issue now that we brought it up and talked about it, I think it's only fair that we just put like, I won't make it permanent, but I think we put him on like a 1-day timeout just to make it, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
If you did that right when this came out, that would be fucking hilarious. I'm not ordering the hit. I'm just saying.
No,
it funny.
I mean, during like the rollout of the clips would be badass. He's just like on timeout during it. You know what I mean? And we dropped the clip of like, just like a 24-hour timeout. Seems dope. I don't know.
I mean, listen, you would be realistically doing something good for the world by doing that, but I don't want to, get in that.
Yeah.
I'm already fucking around enough by even talking to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna side with either one of you and say either which way, because somebody's just gonna be like, oh, he's just agreeing with Adam because he's in front of him. I could care less either way. I'm telling you, I get everybody's drama that comes to me every day. Like, bro, on Christmas Eve, I had multiple people alone that were like, hey, this is my girl's page, this is her number. I was like, I want this taken down, destroyed, whatever, on Christmas Eve.
Their girl.
Bro,
why?
Bro, think about how evil this is. And we're not talking about like a couple $100s. Like, we're talking thousands of dollars per one, right? So it's like, bro, it's cheaper for you. You could use that couple grand to go get a new girl, whatever. But man, like, you know how it is. It's just, it is what it is. Like, this is how some people are. They want that revenge, and I'm not going to tell them not to do it.
But what's funny about it is that they want the revenge, but they don't want any chance that they'll actually get caught putting the work in for that revenge. Because obviously, in this day and age, if you want to shoot up somebody's crib, there's a million camera angles that are going to capture you going to do it. There's a whole million different reasons why you're going to get caught doing it.
This is why the Instagram ban game is so crazy. Imagine.
Because it seems like there's no consequences. And realistically, there aren't for most people, right?
the consequences for a second. Think about there's like a pizza shop right here. I burned the whole store down. It's no different than you have a fucking Instagram page that you're selling something on. You're selling dildos on it, and I banned the page.
Right.
It's the same thing. And then the pizza shop that we burned down, I tell you, I'm like, until you pay, I'm not fucking letting you rebuild it, work here, nothing. Like, I'll give you the whole store back and we'll build it for you, but you have to pay.
Right.
It's the same. It's the same thing. Like, look, I'll put it to you like this. I'm not gonna say who, but my biggest clients who are outside of the country down south, you know, I'll say this. Those people, word for word, is what they told me. The reason that they love me so much is with me, there's no bodies. You know what I mean? Somebody owes them 400 bands. With me, they get their money back. They get to watch me make them hate their life. I won't get into details, but they have a very hard time for an entire year. Plus, they get put on a payment plan. They get their money back, and there's no bodies. Without me, they kill the mother, and on top of that, they're still owed 400 grand. And now they're looking for their cousins, their mom, and their kids.
You've done work for the cartels?
Again, I'm not going to say who, what, but again, some of my biggest clients, the reason that they love me so much, again, I'll say it, is because there are no bodies. For that simple reason alone, it's like you're coming into a situation where it's like, I'm already owed money and I have to pay me more money. You know, it's like, pick your poison. You want to pay somebody that's going to recover your money for you with no bodies, you know what I mean? And very little legal consequences for you at that point, you know, or you want to hire somebody to go shoot up someone's house. Which one do you want? You know, if you're that pissed off, I mean, you can go do it that way. But I tend to see my richest clients, the richest ones in those industries that we talked about, tend to be the ones that, you know, usually they're more laid back. They're like, okay, I'm owed the money. I'll get this money. They're already multimillionaires as it is. So it's like, okay, I'll pay this guy to let him attempt to get my money back. And for me, these are services that I never even like advertise. It's just word of mouth from one person. Like, yeah, bro, I was owed 80 grand. He got it back from me. I got my watch stolen. He got it back from me.
Crazy thing is that if the cops could, it would make just as much sense to go after the person who banned the Instagram of the guy who sells toys on Etsy or some bullshit. It would make just as much sense for the cops to go after that guy. They just don't have the resources. They don't even understand. They don't know what the it is. Whereas going after the guy who just shot up a house, they already know how to pursue those people.
I feel like I'm doing the feds and the police a favor. I'm giving them
with this interview.
No, no. I mean, I haven't given them or anybody anything really that, you know, I gave you guys, you know, just enough to like give you an understanding of how that game works. You know,
you gave me enough that I definitely believe you.
I mean, I sent you screenshots and I sent you proof
of a bunch of people I know who I was like, you do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And even the person that connected me and you, because I like literally shall not say who, but you know who you are, and I love you so much.
I also love you.
I bet you. I'm not gonna say.
Has that person gave you a lot of money over the years?
Zero, not $1.
Then why are you taking care of all of their enemies?
The person that connected you and I.
Yeah.
Look at the simple look at who connected us. Like when I met that person, they came to me like literally like distraught, worried. They're like, the other person with a 3-letter acronym, we both know who I'm talking about. Oh, this person's torturing the same person that kept messing with your girl's page, right?
Sure.
The person we're talking about came to me and said, oh, my page keeps getting taken down, this, that. And ever since then, I'm pretty sure you've noticed that page never has been taken down again.
Right.
Ever.